Good evening, everybody. The Eurotrip Roundup is here once again, bringing you more news. As you can see, Emily and I are here as always, and we have Tristan with us today. And we're going to start with Cyprus because they have announced their singer, and it's the first artist of Eurovision 2017 confirmed. It is Hoving. He tried to represent them in 2015.
Why is everyone just a stone in a river, drifting by like a blind believer? Does anybody dare to feel with his soul? Does anybody care if I'm not that cold? Like the stone in a river.
He first came to light in the X Factor 2009 in Greece, where he actually competed against Ivy Adamo and Eleftheria. So, Emily, you recently actually listened to his 2015 entry. What do you think of Hoving as their selection?
Judging on his 2015 entry, I think he's alright. Like, the song, I wasn't really a fan of the song, so I think that was mainly to do with, like, the song choice as opposed to what he sounds like as a person. I think he sounds alright as a singer, and I think that we'll probably have to wait and see what his song will be like before really judging, because I think it's more based on the song that they bring as opposed to the actual artist. But everyone seems happy with the choice, from what I've seen on Twitter and things like that. So, and he seems sort of popular. So, yeah, good on Cyprus for confirming and getting in so early as well. It was quite unexpected.
Yeah, so like Emily said, it was announced 2 days beforehand. They announced Hoving that it was going to be announced. Tristan, what are you thinking about the selection of Hoving for Kiev?
I recently watched his live performance, and as an artist, he is a very good live singer, which is, of course, what is essential for Eurovision. And, of course, the thing, as Emily just said, we obviously must only judge when we know the song which he's going to be singing and hear him singing the song. Of course, it's easy to get very excited or, at the same time, very unexcited if we hear an artist announcement, but of course we do not know what they're going to produce. You never know, they could turn around and produce something we don't like, or vice versa. They could produce something which we think is absolutely amazing had we not initially been excited about the artist. So, you know, it's early days, but it is excellent, you know, news for the start of the Eurovision season.
Yeah, I'm relatively happy with the choice. You know, he came fourth in 2015. And yeah, I actually liked his entry. I thought it was quite nice. He's a good singer. Obviously, he placed 7th on the X Factor Greece, which, you know, he can still sing quite well. It has also come out that Thomas Gieson is going to be writing the song. He also wrote Euphoria, helped with George's entry this year, and wrote Cyprus's entry this year. So do you think that's gonna be a good song, or what, just going on his track record? How do you feel about Thomas Gieson being involved with Cyprus again?
You know, having known him from national finals and to just know the name Thomas Gieson is a very unique trait within Eurovision fans. Of course, you know, the one-night watchers of Eurovision who just come along each year and watch the show, they're not going to know, well, they may, but they're not going to know who Thomas Gieson is. They're not going to know that he wrote previous entries, let alone winning entries. So, of course, it excites all of us as fans. And, you know, we don't know what he's going to produce because the music that Thomas Gieson has written ranges in genre, and we just do not know what we're going to have. And of course it excites us, but I go back to the original point: we can't judge anything until we have the song.
Fair point. So it's Hoving going for Cyprus, and we're now going to hop across to Malta, where they've announced their national final formats. They're going to keep the Malta Eurovision Song Contest, but this year they are ditching the juries. It's going to be 100% down to the public. Last year this wouldn't have affected anything, as Irolosco did win the public vote last year, but it would have put Christabel third over Franklin. Tristan, you're a big fan of Malta. You said yourself you were in Malta last year when Irola won. Do you think this is a good idea, giving the public the complete power for their song?
I think it is a fantastic idea. As much as the juries are, as we know, essential in Eurovision and all other national finals, the weight of the juries in Malta is extremely heavy. And last year, of course, we had the public results come in, and it was evident throughout the island, throughout the fans in Malta, OGAE Malta, everyone wanted Ira Losco to win. Everyone knew Ira Losco was going to win, and she did. And of course, the public vote would have reflected that of the overall result, as you previously mentioned. The one question that I have to ask about Malta now is, we all know that the winning song Chameleon was changed to Walk on Water for this year. Now, we think back then, if the public had 100% chosen Chameleon, would they have been upset that it was changed to Walk on Water? Of course, it is in the rules of multi-Eurovision Song Contest that the winner can challenge, as Ira Losco said, the song for a different one, which is what she did. Now, in that case, has multi-Eurovision Song Contest in the past been, in a way, an artist selecting show rather than a song selecting show? I mean, the 2016 was, I'm not sure, but it's one of the very few times that the winning song of the national final has not gone to Eurovision. So when the rules have changed with 100% public vote, my question is the rule about challenging the song going to be removed?
I'm not sure. First of all, I was thinking it's quite good that they're changing something, because I think something had to change about it. It was a bit, I don't know, there was something wrong with how they did it, and as you can tell, they haven't really had that many good results recently, so something had to change, and I'm glad they did change it. But I'm not really sure about having 100% public voting power. Like, last year I read something that it was like 84% jury and 16% public or something, which is a ridiculous amount. Like, there was no point really in the public voting if you think about it. Whereas this time it's completely switched over, and I think it might work. We're going to have to see what happens, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about the fact that they've just gotten rid of juries completely. I think they probably should have tried it maybe 50-50 first, but who knows, maybe next year they'll think maybe we should have still sticked with the juries, and they'll bring it back and have 50-50 again. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, I think, with this one.
Yeah, in total agreement on both points. You know, it was, say, 84 to 16% jury against public, which, say, when it makes no point when you have 5 juries completely overruling what the public think. Even if Eva won the televote, it didn't guarantee she was going to Eurovision. It could have completely changed. I do agree, because obviously the rule has been added since 2014, I believe, about changing the song. And obviously you have to go on what is presented to you on the night. So if it's up to the public, maybe the changing the song should go, because then it seems a bit unfair that the public have voted for this song, or maybe it's just a singer, but if they voted on the song and the song's not going, it's a bit like a wasted vote and their voice has been discarded. I'm in two minds about it. I mean, it could work, you know, it could work absolute wonders for them, or it could be like another Belarus. You know, they ditched their juries this year, and then they picked a song which wasn't very strong. People did not really like outside of Belarus, and they didn't qualify for the final as a result. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with this one. There's been no date given as to when Multi-Eurovision Song Contest will take place, but it is usually around the December-January time, and we will have to wait and see, and I'm very, very certain there'll be plenty of returning artists in Malta as well.
As always, yeah. The thing about Malta as well is the Maltese people are very, very proud of their Eurovision history, very proud of the Eurovision artists, and when the news broke that Ira Losco was changing her song from Chameleon to Walk on Water, I was a little bit deflated, because I thought, you know, I was there, she won, and I was like really a big fan of Chameleon, and I thought, oh, I wonder what the people of Malta think. I befriended a lot of Maltese people when I went there, so I went on their Facebooks, and all of them were very, very supportive of the change. They were saying, oh yes, it is what is going to be best for Malta, it's going to be what is best for Ira. And I thought that is a really refreshing approach to take, and it is absolutely amazing. And I just know that no matter what change happens in Malta, the spirit is always going to be there for the Maltese people.
We love a country that supports Eurovision just as much as we do. And to round this out, the NTU General Director has come out over the weekend announcing Turkey will not be participating in Eurovision 2017, kind of confirming what we were initially thinking, but we know with Turkey, they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out every single year with Eurovision, and they had a few weeks ago said they had originally submitted a provisional acceptance to Eurovision, but they're not going to be there. They haven't been in the contest since 2012. Emily, they've been flip-flopping since leaving in 2012. What do you think about them not being there in 2017?
I honestly can't. I'm really not that surprised whatsoever. Like, as you said, it does happen every year where they're like, we're in, and then they're out, and then, yeah, it is a shame though, I think, because in my eyes, I think the more countries, the better. And personally, I don't mind Turkey. I like their entries. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Like, they're an okay country for me. But yeah, it's a shame. But again, I can't really say I'm that surprised.
Tristan, what is your stance on Turkey and their withdrawal from Eurovision? Again.
I very much reflect Emily. We have got to the stage now where, we used to be sort of, grabbing onto any piece of news that they would be returning with excitement, but it's come to the stage now where we as fans are just sort of expecting they're not going to be there now. Of course, it's sad, as Emily said, but this, of course, for me personally, has paved the way to discovering more music through the Eurovision contest, which I really, really enjoy. So, their departure has, in a way, prompted this other contest, but at the same time, I would like to see them back. The more the merrier, and we never know what they're going to send each year, so that's my thoughts.
I'm a little disappointed. I always liked Turkey in Eurovision, so I was always excited to see what they sent. They still have some of the best songs in Eurovision, in my opinion. And yeah, it is a shame, but like you both said, every year we kind of think, oh, it's Turkey, but are they actually being serious about it? And then every year it's like, oh, no, we've changed our mind, we're not happy about it. So yeah, it is a big shame. They did say initially their withdrawal was down to they didn't like the Big Five and the way the voting was done. Do you think this is like a fair reason for Turkey to withdraw from Eurovision? Because it wasn't like they were doing poorly when the Big Five had power and all this sort of stuff before why they left.
I mean, fair enough. If they don't like the rules, then, whatever. Then they've gone and made their own contest, as Tristan said, Turkvision. So, like, I don't know, it's just up to them what they've done. Personally, I don't think it's a reason to withdraw, but then again, this year in Junior Eurovision, there were rule changes, and then 3 countries withdrew, so it's like, I don't know, it's up to the country, I suppose, what they want to do, and if they don't like it, then fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. The broadcaster and the country are the ones who are making the decision based on the rules. People say, should Turkey have made this decision, way back when the Big Five was formed? It seems odd that they are all of a sudden doing it in recent years after the Big Five has been established for a while. But, I just can't put my finger on it.
Very bizarre. So there you have it. We have our first entry for Eurovision 2017, changes to a national final, and a country that isn't returning. Let us know what you think on all these thoughts. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow the Eurotrip.com. Big thank you for Tristan for joining us, and we shall speak to you very, very shortly, guys. Thank you.